Hey everybody, how's it? Aloha, good morning, good afternoon, evening, wherever it is that you're listening to this. My name is Jeebs, and I'm an old composer here at the Decomposer Lounge. And remember I did that poll, and I said that I was going to follow up on the bands that did not win, where I just did that slow burn. And so this is one of the bands. This is sludge rock and stoner rock, so I look forward to that because I'm kind of feeling a little sludgy and stonery this morning. And so this is Baroness, and the name of the band is Take My Bones Away. Like usual, thank you so much for your support. You know where all the links are. Check out the headsets, the cup of coffee, all the fun stuff. Patreon especially, the links down below. All right, let's do this. This is Baroness, Take My Bones Away. All right. Man, the bass is just grinding that thing down, those eighth notes that he keeps hammering through the whole thing. Kind of like a Michael Anthony kind of drive, but a different sound. This is a lot more grittier. That's another thing. I don't have enough experience whatsoever with sludge rock or stoner rock and stuff, but it seems like there is kind of a standard guitar tone that is like more of an unruly, overdriven, overpowered sound with the amps, you know, like almost like zero compression, going right out of the head, cranking everything up, and whatever's coming out in the speaker as far as the heaviness and that full-on grindy sound. And also, I don't know if it's me, and for those of you who are sludge rock fans or stoner rock fans, is if the tone of the mix sounds warmer. I mean, sludgier. You know what I'm talking about? It's not crispy, it's not high, it's not polished. Therefore, the tones are all constantly kind of hitting you right here from the throat, you know, to the balls kind of a thing. And I love the opening riff. The opening riff kind of reminds me a little bit of what I've noticed that, you know, the newer metal bands do a lot. And because of my lack of experience, you know, if you're going to say, well, they've been doing this for 50 years, I don't know. But the 158, the higher interval in the riff kind of reminded me a little bit of some of the things that I've heard lately in the bands that I've been listening to. But I just wanted to stop and just mention that.
Swallowing
And the only reason I want to stop right now really quick, I want to just emphasize something about the drums. Well, it's a video. I mean, so, you know, when you're performing, you are definitely, you know, getting a little more active, if you would. But I'm sure that if you guys have gone to the band, that we're watching is a completely authentic performance. There's no two ways about it. But before I go on, I want you to listen about something that's really super cool here. Where in this particular mix, they've emphasized, and I don't know if this is traditional what they do, but the drums stay kind of in a smaller pocket than we're typically, or I'm used to hearing on this band, where the drums get these big wide overheads and the tom-toms are, you know, panned left to right or vice versa. The snare might have an early reflection on it that gives you some dynamics and width, and will really fill that out. They've done it the other way around, where they've kept the drums in a tighter pocket here to own a particular zone of tones, if you would, for what he's doing, you know, percussively as a drummer, where they really emphasize the darker, grittier, the guitars. Excuse me, I'm sorry, first words in the morning, this always happens. Where the guitars actually are owning more of that zone, and especially when they did that melodic, I don't want to say it was a solo, but that melodic playing that they were doing in unison. I think there was a little bit of an overdub in there because I could have swore I heard some still of the crunching in the background. They took up that big spot, hard left, hard right, with their sound. And because, remember I said it doesn't sound like the sounds are compressed, the word really, the imagery of the word compression, when I say it, even if you don't know what I'm talking about, is, well, what's compression? You take something, you compress it and make it this way. So by not compressing, the sound and the thickness and the width of the guitars is fat and it's round. If you compress it, it gets a little more tighter and sizzier, and you got to start dicking around with tone adjustments and stuff. And because of that, in my opinion, that width, that hard left and right, really fills out what we might be thinking where the drums might normally be. And I don't know if that's a technique of the slunge stoner rock thing, but so let's listen to that on the way out before we finish this. Well, I guess this must have been a live performance, so, you know, it shoot me in the foot for some of the things that I said. And why I say that is because if that was really a live performance, then, and I don't know because it doesn't say here, then there's a different reason why some things might sound a particular way. It's not to say that I've heard some great, incredible sounds from live performances taken in a recording studio. It just gets remixed before they release it. And then a lot of the elements change a little bit there because, you know, if this was live, let me go back. I'm just going to take a look just at a visual of the band for a second. I know you can't see this, but I want to look at the drum kit and really quick see. Yeah, there isn't a really super big array of mics around the kit, but definitely it's mic'd. You know, it got some over the toms. We've got one in the middle of of the toms and the kick and stuff like that. So by virtue of the mic setting, could be without a doubt another reason why there isn't some width to it. But it doesn't matter what the process was. At the end of the day, this was what they wanted to release, and if this is in tune because of my lack of knowledge of that sound of the rest of their live stuff, then this is what I'm learning. This is what you guys teach me. Remember, it's not me being like snooty, snobby, you know, saying I think and I think and I think. This is you guys going, no, dude, this is what they're doing. They're doing this, so this is what this is about for me. You guys are helping me with it. The hook, I really liked what they did in the hook. The hook had a different kind of punky vibe to it, you know, a little bit more of a, I don't know why, but there was a harmony that they did in the hook that kind of pushed it into that for me. But once again, maybe just chalk that up to my not, you know, I hear something and I try to pull it from something that I'm influenced by or I heard before on the channel, and half the time I'm wrong. All right, most of the time I'm wrong. Anyhow, guys, thanks for hanging out. I know I broke into the song more than I normally do, but I just do what I do. That's what I do. All right, guys, take care of yourself. Have a killer day. Aloha.